Welcome to Phoenix Rising Fridays. I'm still waiting to see if I am live yet. And yes, I think I am. And again, welcome to Phoenix Rising Fridays. I'm excited that you're here. Always, if you can let me know so I know I'm not talking to myself, that's okay. Whether you're here live or whether you're here on the replay, I appreciate you all, and I try to give my insights, my tips. I'm trying to grow this community. So if there's anything you want to hear about, please let me know. And today about we're going to be talking about self-doubt. And this is such a big issue. And so we're going to get right into that. And is self-doubt getting you down? And I think at points it can always do that with us. And I'm going to share a little bit about how much this has really affected me, because this is a very deep-seated feeling that I have. And it certainly has affected every single thing that I've done. And it's something that's been with me almost all my life. So some of the things, and I know some of you may be able to relate to this. And again, if you're here, let me know, say hi. This self-doubt was something that I hope I have been live here. Yeah, I think I have been. This self-doubt has something that has really put me in a place where my voice I couldn't express. And what does this do? It took away my authenticity. It took away my joy. And I felt that I was always watching what I was saying, and I felt uncomfortable anytime I spoke my mind. So I'm not blaming anybody. This was me, and this started even in my childhood. And morning, Roseanne. Thanks for coming on. Excuse me. I want people to know that this has been with me again so long, and it's not easy to overcome. And like I said, it's not something that happens overnight, and it still creeps up. However, I always felt like I didn't matter. I felt like no matter what I said, it made no difference. I just felt stupid. I felt like I was always wrong. I felt like I was stifled, and I was frustrated and afraid to speak my mind. And it was conditional for me. I always felt it was conditional. And I felt like no matter what I said, somehow it seemed to be monitored. And so I would temper what I said. I don't know if any of you have ever felt like that. And again, I'm not blaming anybody, anything. I know that it was me. And yet I didn't know what exactly it was. I knew it was self-doubt. I didn't know how to deal with it. So that's what we're going to be kind of talking about. And so living like that, living conditionally like that, for most of my life, I just want you to know that's why my mission today is to free 1 million women who are suffering from the tyranny of self-doubt. There's so many women there's so many younger people. And if I knew what I know now back then, what a different life it could have been. And I'm not saying it was horrible, because it wasn't. It's just that's the way it was. So this belief, yeah, or stop talking at all. Oh, absolutely. Morning, Deb. Yes, it can stop you. and shut you down for sure. I know, oh, I know that so well. I felt like I had a muzzle on myself half the time. And there was so much I wanted to say. So much. And I can't reiterate how much I didn't feel appreciated. I didn't feel like I mattered because no matter what I said, didn't make a difference. And so this is what I was conditioned with. And when I said something that, and if it wasn't, what, uh, it was monitored. That's all I can say. I felt that. Again, this was me. And so, you know what? It's just, I also felt like I was never really validated. And I know that's now something that comes from within. And so that's what I talk about a lot is we can validate ourselves. We are enough. And we're talented enough. We're smart enough. We're, you know what, we're funny enough. We've got what it takes. And it's just changing the way you look at things. And and what it did was bring my vibration down, right? It brings you down. So my joy was lacking. And everything that I could do being the best version of me. I mean, it's not to say that I wasn't doing things because I was. And I felt like I would do them, I would feel good, and then somehow I always felt I was brought down. And it was constant with me. And again, it's a state of mind. uh, so I couldn't imagine and really having a vision of seeing things that you really want. That wasn't in the cards for me because I couldn't see it because of the way I felt. And so it made me confused. It made me anxious. It made me feel overwhelmed so much of the time. And it was tough finding any kind of clarity at all. So that's really huge. And being able to realize that first of all, and just having that awareness, and it put me in a place of suffering. So here I am, most of my life suffering. Wow. And so what happens? You don't like yourself, and and it doesn't let you pursue those real gifts, the God-given gifts that you have, and that you'd like to do. And it does stop you from even imagining that you could do it or that you even have any. And the fact of the matter is you do. And and it's going to keep you from achieving what you want. So the bottom line is you can change your beliefs. You can definitely change how you perceive things, with the tools that you use, with your self-talk, looking at things. We'll talk just a little bit about that. This is not going to be very long today. I'm going to have a few affirmations too, so stay to the end. Uh, and so let's just look at some of the things that uh, that you see that are keeping you in this state of self-doubt. And clarity really is a big one. And I'm sure you've noticed that you don't have that vision of what you can do, and your mind just feels really cloudy. And that's what stops you. It's that, and we'll talk in a minute about that indecision. It just stops you. And that's why a lot of the work that I do, the meditations and the self-positive stuff, it's going to open your mind up to have that little bit of clarity of what you are actually uh, meant to do, what you are good at, because you're really the only one that knows that. It's your truth. And we all have it. It's all there. It's just a matter of finding it and continuing to look at other things to bring it out, bring it about. And I realize right now is kind of a tough time in this whole situation, but it's a great time to go within and just asking, because the answer is always right in front of you. What is it that I need to know right now? So constantly ask yourself that. And then what's going to happen is what you said, Roseanne, it stops you, the procrastination. It keeps you stagnant, right? And I know that's the worst feeling. I was stagnant for a long time and I did not know. I lost my willpower, my desire to do anything. I was confused because I didn't know. And at the time, I really didn't have anybody to go to. I did try, uh, no, at that particular time, I didn't know. And I even, earlier than that, I had gone to see a coach, a life coach. That was about a different issue, though. And it really wasn't about me. So it all boils down to the indecision and not believing in yourself. And because any decision, so if you just decide right now, so you just decide, you know what, this is not the exact right moment, right now. And so I'm just going to let it go and let go of that self-doubt and do what I need to do right now to strengthen you. Because right now, especially with what's going on in the world, sometimes it's about, as you know, pivoting and kind of changing. If you had a plan, maybe just change it a little bit and do what you can right now and have that faith that what it is you really desire, hold on to that big picture. It's going to come. It's going to come into fruition. It's just you're pivoting and doing a few different things that are positive for yourself right now. And be okay with yourself with that. It's okay. It's okay that you're not doing that big thing right yet. Have faith that will come. And it's that you're going to lack the self-confidence. That's another thing, right? To do that, like I was talking about, having that faith and not trusting yourself to take those steps that are so crucial. Taking those steps that'll just do the little bit of action that it takes, because it's not the problem. It's not the problem, and I love what Tony Robbins says, that if an action can solve the problem, it's not a problem. So think about an action that you can do just for yourself. Because then we get into the whole perfectionism thing too, right? And that can stop us. Well, I'm not really good. I'm not perfect. Well, I wasn't even a coach when I started. And I did it later in life. And so I just had to start somewhere. You just have to start. Because it doesn't matter. You're going to find that you are useful to someone somewhere along the line. So again, it's never too late. And I don't want anybody to ever feel like that it's too late, and letting perfectionism that you have to get it perfect, because you don't. And that kind of stopped me for a while, because I thought, oh, I got to be so good. I got to be like these other people. And you know what? No, that's not the case. And here's another thing. Riding that hamster wheel. And are you doing this? Are you riding that hamster wheel, without getting off, thinking the same thoughts, thinking the same old things, spinning and spinning and spinning, going down that old rabbit hole, and over again, and just letting it beat you up? That's all it's doing. And because you are your worst critic. And so it's about uh, it's about distracting yourself, doing something that you love. And even if you're taking time for yourself right now, you're reading some good books that you really enjoy, or, you take that little extra walk. You start doing things, these little actions that'll get you in the momentum. And that's how you discover things. Because if you're just stopped and you're not in that, wheel of circulation, then you can stop very easily. So it's just really about the baby steps. And here's another thing here's another thing that I wanted to mention, that it's how you really, it's how you really perceive things. And let me give you an example. If you're and this is kind of funny. My I used to go to Europe, and my ex-husband had clients there, and also my son married a German woman. So anyway, I've been around a lot of Europeans, and it always cracked me up. They'll say like the F word, right? And it's funny to them. Think about that. Because what does it do to you when you hear it? It makes you cringe. It might. It's the meaning that you give something. It's the meanings that you give that word. They don't have a meaning for it. Right? They don't have a meaning. So it's like us saying one of their swear words. Doesn't mean anything. So what can you do in your life to give it a different meaning? What can you do in your tasks? What can you do with your, with your big picture, or whatever it is that you're trying to do? How can you give that a different meaning, put a different label on it, and make it more comfortable? Make it fun. Make it more enjoyable. And by the way, that F word, I mean, I'm not saying to go around saying it, but you know what? It can be very powerful. It can be very descriptive and make you feel good sometimes. So it's just the meaning that you give something. And by doing these little shifts, and just taking a little action, again, it's something that, with so many, with tools and things that you're doing consistently. This work is about doing things very consistently. You're going to be able to change your thoughts, and you're going to be able to think the way that you want by training your brain. So that's what I have, and praising yourself too, because remember, you are okay the way you are. Be around people who are praising you. And that's another thing. It's difficult. And going through life, I can tell you, when somebody wasn't giving you praise, when somebody wasn't your cheerleader or backing you up or on the same page as you, you tend to let that come in and seep into you, and you start believing them. Don't believe them. Be around, surround yourself with positive people that are going to give you praise and raise you up. So what we're going to do now is I've got a few affirmations for you, okay? So take this to heart, and this is something that these affirmations work when you make a blueprint on your brain by saying things. So repeat and find some affirmations every day for yourself. And this I got from an article, Paris in June. So these are the 5 affirmations. Just take a deep breath. Today, I am grateful for my beautiful life, the people surrounding me, and for the things I have. Number 2, today, I love myself for everything I already am. Let me repeat that. Today, I love myself for everything I already am. And number 3, today, I am creating a wonderful new day of future, and future. Today, I am creating a wonderful new day and future. And number 4, today I have control over my own actions and feelings. And number 5, I will face anyone or anything that comes my way with a positive and loving attitude. So with these thoughts, go out, give something a new meaning today. I hope this is helpful. I certainly appreciate your hearts. Thank you. And give something a new meaning. Give it some life. Give it something interesting, some joy. Make it so when you see it, you smile. Okay, that's what I'm giving you today. And I'd love to hear about it. Let me know how you're doing. I hope you all, for those who don't know, I'm Karen Treaster, and CEO and founder of Never Settle Life Coaching. You can check me out. I've got an ongoing program I'm going to be doing again in a couple of months. It's called Phoenix Rising Confidence Igniting, and giving you a lot of these tools. So I hope you all have a fabulous day, a fabulous weekend, and a beautiful Rising Phoenix week. And I'll see you next week, if there's no questions, for more tips and inspiration. Bye-bye. Gratitude and love to you all. Bye-bye.